It was Christmas Eve. The city sparkled with lights. Families laughed inside warm homes. Children unwrapped gifts. Music filled the air, but on the top floor of a silent glass tower, CEO Daniel Whitmore sat alone. The office was dark except for the glow of city lights outside his window. His phone was quiet. No meetings, no calls, no one waiting for him at home. He had built $1 billion company. But he had lost something along the way. His parents had passed years ago. He never married. Work had always come first. Tonight, even the success felt empty. Daniel stood up, put on his coat, and decided to walk through the snowy streets instead of going home. Christmas music played faintly from nearby stores. That's when he noticed her. A little girl standing near a small grocery shop, holding a box of cupcakes. She was wearing a simple red coat, slightly too big for her. She looked up at him and smiled. "Mister, are you going somewhere?" Daniel paused. "Just walking." She tilted her head. "You look lonely." The words hit him unexpectedly. He forced a small smile. "I'm fine." She stepped closer. "My mom says no one should be alone on Christmas." Daniel looked around. "Where are your parents?" She pointed to a small apartment building across the street. "We're having a small party. It's not big, but it's warm." Daniel chuckled softly. "I don't want to disturb." She shook her head seriously. "You won't disturb. You can come have party at my place." The simplicity in her voice carried no hesitation. No fear, just kindness. Daniel hesitated. He hadn't been invited anywhere in years. The little girl held out the cupcake box. "These are extra. See, we planned for more people." He looked at the glowing apartment windows across the street. Then back at her hopeful face. For the first time in a long time, he said yes. Inside the small apartment, warm yellow lights filled the room. There was a tiny Christmas tree in the corner. Handmade paper decorations taped to the wall. The girl's mother looked surprised at first, recognizing Daniel from business magazines. But she welcomed him kindly. There were no luxury decorations. No expensive gifts. Just laughter. Simple food. Soft music from an old speaker. Daniel sat at the small dining table. The little girl proudly introduced him. "This is my Christmas guest." They played a simple board game. They shared stories. The girl asked him what Christmas was like when he was little. He hadn't thought about that in years. He spoke about baking cookies with his mother. About his father putting lights on the house. For the first time in years, he smiled without pretending. As midnight approached, the girl handed him a small handmade card. On it was drawn a stick figure Christmas tree. And 3 people holding hands. She had added him in the drawing. At the bottom she wrote, "No one should be alone." Daniel felt his chest tighten. Not with sadness, but with warmth. When he finally stood to leave, the little girl hugged him tightly. "Next Christmas too, okay." He nodded, but something had already changed inside him. The next week, Daniel launched a company initiative. Christmas community dinners sponsored by his corporation. Open invitations for anyone spending the holidays alone. He personally attended the first one. But every Christmas Eve after that, he returned to that small apartment first. Because sometimes, the richest gift isn't money,